Hello, citizens, and welcome back. The Premier League returns with an absolute cracker. It's Leeds United away at Elland Road. This is our match preview for it, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well if you're new here, and as always, let's jump into it. Now, this may be our first Premier League game back after the World Cup break, but fortunately for us, we played a competitive game against Liverpool the other day in the Carabao Cup, and I think that was quite important as well because we got to give some competitive first team minutes to a few of our players, not the entire 11 that's going to start in this game against Leeds, but some players did get game time. More importantly, Laporte, Rodri, Haaland as well, who of course didn't go to the World Cup. So I think it was important to play that Liverpool game. And I think if we look at that game as a whole, which was great for the neutral, I'm sure, we kind of picked up against Liverpool where we left off before the World Cup, which is we looked dangerous going forward without really creating too many chances. And defensively, we looked incredibly vulnerable on the counter-attack, which takes us quite nicely to Leeds United. Now, no matter where you're playing Leeds at the end of the season and the beginning after a World Cup break, Leeds United away is a tough fixture, and you don't really know what Leeds is going to turn up. Now, Bielsa is long gone from Leeds United, but Bielsa's still really there. I mean, they're still playing like, one of his teams. They're still quite gung-ho, and if you look at their results before the World Cup break, they had the 4-3 defeat against Tottenham. And they've not kept a clean sheet for a while either. They love conceding goals, this Leeds team. Defensively, they're quite poor, but they can hurt you on the break. They have got players of speed, of course. They got Rodrigo as well, capable of scoring. And I really like Somerville, who plays on their left. So they do have some quality young players, and they will attack us with pace. And let's be honest, that's what we're vulnerable at the most. Now, going into this one, who's going to start? Well, I expect Haaland to start up front, of course. He got his goal against Liverpool, took it quite nicely. Other than his goal, though, and a few link-ups in the first half, I thought it went quite towards the second. But like I said, I think that game was more about minutes rather than getting goals and beating Liverpool. We beat them, which was nice, but it was more about the minutes. It was more about the competitive football. So I think Haaland starts, of course, helping him. I'd expect Grealish and Foden coming. Now, Mahrez got his goal against Liverpool, but other than that, what else did he really do in that one? Again, he's had a nice little break, but he's not really taking his chance still. At least that's how I felt during Liverpool. Others might disagree. Let me know in the comments if you do. But for me, Mahrez not been taking his chance all season when he's played. And although the goal against Liverpool was nice, I wouldn't expect Pep to start him in this game. Now, on the left-hand side, Palmer's not going to start again. Palmer, I thought, was overall quite poor against Liverpool. I thought he should have scored. I thought there were a couple of moments he should have done better. And again, another player that's not really taking his chances. He doesn't get a lot of minutes, but when he does, I don't think he's doing enough, just like Mahrez, and I kind of put them two as clones. So I don't think Pep would play them two together in the Premier League. But I wouldn't expect either of them to start. I'm expecting Foden and Grealish to come on. They came on late on in the Liverpool game, and I expect them two to start up front with Haaland. In midfield, De Bruyne, he was absolutely world-class against Liverpool. Of course, he gets a little bit of hate playing for Belgium, and he kind of stuck it to Belgium himself a little bit by saying they were old and past it. That's not for me to say, but for us, De Bruyne, world-class. We can't leave him out of the team. I think he will start. I'm going to say that Bernardo's going to start this game ahead of Gundogan. Now, I know Gundogan's the team captain and he played against Liverpool. He had a decent first half as well in that one. Again, another one that tailed off in the second. I think because he probably got tired. But I don't see De Bruyne and Gundogan playing together in this one. Like I said, Leeds United are going to hit you with pace. They're going to hit you on the break. And although he kind of likes to play them against Liverpool every now and then, a team that hurts us mostly like that, I don't think he'll do it Elland Road away. I think this is a game for Bernardo. And yeah, again, he's another player that came on late on against Liverpool, and I think that is telling that he came on. In defence midfield, we got Rodri. I don't think the team clicks without Rodri. I do think we need him. He's come back fighting fit from the World Cup as well. He had a decent World Cup, I thought, even though Spain didn't do particularly well. I thought Rodri played well at centre-half for them alongside Laporte. And I think Rodri was fantastic against Liverpool. I think he's got his touch back. He lost it a little bit in the beginning of the season. His touches were heavy. He was losing the ball quite easily, but I think he's back now. And I think we've got a fully fit and a fully functioning Rodri. Now, unfortunately for us, Pep did mention Phillips in his press conference the other day. He did say Phillips is overweight. He said he's come back from the World Cup, not fit enough. And that's a shame, really, because as Pep put it, Phillips is massively important to us. We need him. We can't keep relying on Rodri. Rodri at some point is probably going to get injured. Rodri is going to need a break at some point as we push on towards the Premier League and Champions League as well. And we're still in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup too. So So we are going to need Phillips. And looking at Phillips, the way Pep played him in pre-season when we first signed him, is that he kind of wants to play him a little bit in defence midfield alongside Rodri to shut games out, but he's also wanting to play him at centre-half as well as a ball-playing centre-back, and which is what Pep loves. So he is quite versatile, Phillips, and we are going to need him pushing on, so hopefully he gets fit enough. He'll probably be on the bench in this one. In defence, we know Diaz is out, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd put him in as a starter here. But Laporte, he played against Liverpool. He was injured for most of the earlier half of the season. But against Liverpool, he had a decent game. I wouldn't put any of the goals on him, really. So, yeah, I expect Laporte to start in this one. Alongside him, Stones came on against Liverpool. I'm expecting Stones to start. I thought Stones had a fantastic World Cup with England alongside Maguire. And again, Stones is one of my favourite players at City. I think he's wonderful. I think he can play right back, even though people don't like it. I think he's wonderful at centre-back. I think he can play CDM as well instead of Rodri, because again, he's wonderful on the ball and he's great going forward. I love John. Absolutely love him. So I expect him and Laporte to start in the middle. On the right, it's got to be Walker for me. We massively missed him against teams like Brentford and Fulham before the World Cup. Teams that are trying to hit you on the break and are going to use pace against you. We struggle against those teams. We say it over and over again. That's why Walker is massively important for us. Long-term replacement. Lewis looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't he? He looks incredible, Lewis. And again, he had a fantastic game against Liverpool. But this one is for Walker. He's got to come back. He's got to come back full tilt. He's got to come back at 100% for us as well, because we're going to need him pushing on after Christmas as we chase down Arsenal, stay ahead of Newcastle and go on for the Champions League as well. Left back, Cancelo. I don't think he can defend. I've always said that. I think he kind of lets us down a little bit. And if you look at Elland Road last season, I think it was Cancelo that slipped in the first minute to let them break on us, and it was Gundogan who eventually got back and defended. So, yeah, Cancelo's always got that in him, and of course, he let us down against Liverpool as well, although that was partly Pep as well, leaving him there one-on-one against Salah. But going forward, Cancelo, I don't think it's a better fullback. People go on about Trent and stuff like that, but Cancelo is absolutely incredible. He can play left, he can play right, he can play in the middle. And of course, as we know, we're going to push high up, and we're going to push our fullbacks into midfield. And, if you're asking me who's going to do the better role there, Cancelo or Walker, it's going to be Cancelo. And in goal, Edison's coming for Ortega as well. I'd expect that. And that's it. That's the match preview, really. You look at it and you say, okay, Leeds United away, absolutely tough game. It could be any score this. You don't know what Leeds are going to turn up. You don't know whether it's going to be 3-all, 4-3, whether they're just going to fold or, get smashed 4-0. Any Leeds could turn up. But the same respect, any City could turn up, because we weren't playing great before the World Cup. And I think we had our poor moments against Liverpool the other day as well. But it's good to be back. It's the Premier League. We absolutely love it. And like I said, massive game. We need to win this one. We need to keep the pressure on Arsenal. And we've got Newcastle breathing down our necks as well. And they've just gone above us after winning their game the other day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. And as always, see you again. Bye-bye.